welcome back. Today we're going to be testing the L'Oreal 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation in a Powder. Alright, so before we jump into this, I pulled up on L'Oreal's website because I wanted to see what the claims on this product were. It says, infallible up to 24-hour fresh wear foundation in a powder, provides full coverage with a natural matte finish, blurs, evens, and smooth smooth skin. Weightless, creamy texture, fuses with skin upon application. Color remains true throughout the day without drying or fading. Matte finish for up to 24 hours and suitable for all skin types, oily skin, and acne-prone skin. So let me see there. Ooh, this shade range could definitely be improved. I have the lightest in 05 Pearl. There is only 4, 8, 12, 16 shades, and I don't think the darkest shade is deep enough at all. There's a lot of, in the lighter category, like you can tell, well, if these swatches are correct, that there are shades of like neutral, golden, peach, yellow, peach, but then as you get into the darker, they really could have expanded that deeper shade range. So anyway, what we're going to do today, is not break it before we even get to apply it. So I pulled out, I have two other powder foundations in my collection. I have the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage 16-Hour Powder Foundation, and this is in the shade Fair Porcelain. I have the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation in the shade Nude. Here's that one. And then we have now the Infallible in the shade Pearl. So let's see. So definitely you can tell this one's the darkest. Sorry, I'm trying to hold all three of these up. From what it looks like to me, this has a pinkier undertone than the Maybelline, but if you have not seen where I actually tried like following a powder foundation routine, I think from Taylor Wynn, I will link that for you. I am dropping and throwing stuff like crazy. All of these little things are falling out at me. And in that video, I actually did use this foundation, and I really like it, and I actually used this recently just for everyday wear. And then the Maybelline, I don't so much like it as a powder foundation, even with using that routine, as I do just for setting my under eyes. So yeah, let's see. The Maybelline definitely feels creamy. I don't really think you're gonna be, you're not gonna be able to see. Well, there's a little bit of a swatch. The NYX is more powdery for sure than compared to the Maybelline. And let's get a feel for the, ooh, that's creamy. That's nice and soft, the L'Oreal. The Maybelline and the L'Oreal have that same super creamy texture, so that makes me wonder if I'm gonna like this as a powder foundation, because I didn't like the Maybelline Superstay, but I really do enjoy the NYX. But the problem with the NYX is the color is too dark. Like, you can kind of see where it tapers off whenever I use this as a powder foundation. So to begin, I went ahead and put on sunscreen, and now I'm going to moisturize. One of the keys, the key to using a powder foundation is you must moisturize. You have to. You have to give your face a good moisturized base. Specifically for me, because I have dry skin. So I am going in now with some of the Daily Facial Moisturizer from Fourth Ray Beauty. And I'm just going to put a healthy dose of that on. And then I'm also going to take some of the eye cream. Oh, that smells good. I'm going to take some of that eye cream from the same brand and apply that as well. What I want to do is test this foundation two ways. So recently, and I was trying to think before I started this video, I cannot remember if it was Emily Noel or if it was Jamie French or if it was Sabrina. It was somebody that I watched, and they were using a powder foundation instead of swiping it on. They actually did, I want to say it was Jamie French, but I'm not for sure. They did all their cream and then just took kind of like the reverse foundation technique, and then took the powder at the end and just put it on with kind of a like more compact brush and stippled it onto their face over the cream products. So that's what I want to try. On one side, we're kind of going to do the reverse foundation technique. On the other side, I'm going to do my concealer swipe the powder foundation on with the compact thing underneath of it, and then finish putting my products on top of it. So to start, either way, we need to do concealer. Creamy. I'm going to go in with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. This is in the shade Fair 07 Cool. That's a little better. Alright, so now I am just going to blend this in. What I want to do on this side, like I said, is go in with all my cream products. So I am going to use a cream highlight, a cream blush. I think we're going to use this blush instead, and a cream bronzer. So we're going in with a cream blush, cream highlight, and a cream bronzer. So let me go ahead and start with the blush. This is the Believe Beauty Color Me Cream Blush in Doll Face. And I've really been enjoying using the Jelly Pop stippling brush. I think it's because, can you see that? I don't know if you can tell, like some of the bristles like stick out a smidge further. Something about that really works. I'm just going to tap a little bit of that off on my hand and stipple this onto the cheek. Voila. That's why I like making sure I do the concealer first. And then I'm going to go ahead and do some of the highlight. And I am just going to take a little bit of this onto a dry sponge. Put that on where I want highlight. Oh, this is the Flower Beauty Day Glow Highlighting Glaze. Alright, and then I'm going to take some of the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer in Butta Biscuit. How do I want to apply this? I think I'm going to take it on this Eco Tools brush and just bronze this side. Alright, I know it looks weird, but stick with me. So now before I go in with the powder, I am going to make sure, oh gosh, this looks really pretty. Okay, I'm just going to tap over everything and kind of meld everything together with my sponge. Alright, everything looks nice and blended on that side. Now, what I'm going to do is take kind of this densely packed brush. This is from NYX, one of their foundation brushes. And I am going to stipple into this powder and basically just kind of place it all over the face. Even over all the cream products that we just applied. That set it down. Alright, I'm going to take a little bit on my Pro Sculpting Blush Brush 99 from Sephora Pro and see what this looks like when we set the under eyes. Yeah, that actually doesn't look bad at all. Alright, so here's one side of the face done. It feels nice. It doesn't feel heavy. Everything seems set down. Now what we're going to do is go in on the other side with this little compact that they sent. Going to swipe it into the powder foundation and let's see what happens. It looks really rough. Let me pull you down a little bit. It looks really rough in my pore area. My gosh, can any of my mirrors please be clean? Holy. Alright, let's try to take a brush and see what happens. Okay, that's helping that area a little bit. Yeah, I have to say I'm not loving it swiped on like that with this compact for sure. The color is nice. If this doesn't oxidize, I actually like the color. I am not a fan of how this looks though. Did really weird things right here where it met the concealer. Like right here looks odd. Let's spritz this side of the face. Actually, let's just spray the whole side, the whole face. Give that a second. Yeah, it looks really bad, like right here. Oh my. That looks awful. This side doesn't look bad. This side, however, I cannot say the same. Alright, well, let's try to finish up the face. I'm going to go ahead and wear it like this the rest of the day. I think right now it's like 12:31. Yeah, it's like 1 o'clock. So I'll just wear this the rest of the day and I'll let you know what I think. But just off initial application, I definitely prefer it with this method, with doing all of my cream products underneath. And I think now, having seen how much this mutes the products that was underneath, I would have done like a little bit heavier blush, a little bit heavier bronzer, and then I think it would have looked balanced after applying the powder. But definitely going in with like this kind of densely packed brush, I really like this side. I actually think I wore my makeup like this when I went shopping a while back, and I didn't feel like my makeup was melting off my face because I had to wear a mask, and it didn't look bad when I took my mask off. So like from far away it looks fine, but unless it melts, it just looks really bad around my pores. So, oh gosh, right here it looks the absolute worst where I swiped it. So alright, I'm going to try to salvage this and we'll see what we think when the face is completed. Put that buxom on and the lips are burning. Alright, so here is everything on. In the camera, it probably looks pretty much the same, but when I actually look at it in a mirror, this side just looks, sorry about my nails, this side just looks so much more melted into the skin, whereas this side, my pores look extremely exaggerated. I mean, just overall, like from my cheeks to my nose to where the powder met the concealer under the eye and up into the highlight, and definitely between the eyebrows. I definitely prefer using it on this side. I like the color of it. It doesn't seem to have oxidized any. But yeah, just off initial trying it, I definitely prefer it with this side. I definitely prefer it on this side, having done all the cream products first and then applying the powder over top. It just looks so much more like into this, pressed in, versus kind of sitting on top of the skin and, like I said, accentuating my pores. So that's my initial thoughts on that. I went ahead and just finished up using my Mandalorian, the child palette. I don't know, I was feeling some green. And then blush, besides the Believe Beauty, I ended up going in with my AOA Lumi blush in Ravish. This blush was $1 and it's fabulous. Like, it looks a lot more red on camera, but it comes off a much more berry, wintry color. Used my Fenty bronzer, and for lips, used the Buxom full-on lip cream in Hot Toddy. So that is this finished look. Hopefully I can remember to check in later and show you what the foundation is looking like after some wear. Sorry, my nose is always red because I'm constantly blowing my nose, but so far I definitely prefer this side, and I will see you in a little bit and show you what it looks like after the rest of the day wear. Alright, it is 7:30, so I've had this makeup on for about 6.5 hours. So let me show you up close. So this is the side where we did all of the cream products first. And, I mean, it does look a little rough, but this side where we actually applied the product, like with the little whatever that is that comes with it, the sponge, looks a heck of a lot worse. Yeah, let's see. I definitely recommend using this powder foundation with your cream products first and then applying it with a somewhat of a stiff brush. I think that it just made all the product melt into the skin. It looks so much nicer, whereas on this side it really accentuated my pores and it looked super rough in between my eyebrows. So unless there's like a different applicator that would work better, which that is a possibility, like maybe it would have looked better instead of swiping if I had pressed onto the skin with the applicator, but still that's the same technique I use using the brush. So even though it's a different applicator, it would be the same application process technically. So that's definitely my recommendation, is to put your cream products on first, use your concealer to correct any redness, like where I kind of took it further down onto my cheek than I normally would with a liquid foundation. It helped correct that redness, and then applying the powder over top. I actually think that it really looks nice, and I especially like it because I don't feel like my makeup is melting off or sliding off. So that is my thoughts on the new L'Oreal foundation in a powder. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.